Hello. Shop Talk is live now, and I hope some people show up tonight. Gonna stick around and see who shows up. Pretty excited. I got a lot of stuff to share, a little bit of information, and a few things that are basically what's going on in my life. So I am looking forward to hanging out with my people on Shop Talk. Who's going to show up? There's somebody showed up. Somebody please send me a chat. Couple weeks ago, I had somebody send me a chat, and it about threw me off. I didn't know what to do. Oh, my goodness. I think it was Cameron. Somebody. Shop Talk is now live. It is 8 o'clock, 8:01 in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and it just recently got dark. I am so excited about daylight savings. I love daylight savings. Everybody complains about it, but turns out I kind of like it. So waiting for someone to comment. Let's see how many people show up before I start talking about things. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, or if you're even country fans or not, but see, Travis Tritt and Marty Stewart, I think it was in the 90s, did a No Hats tour. So I decided when I got out of the shower today that I was going to do a No Hats tour, Shop Talk. What do you think? Maybe there's a little bit of a shine off of my bald head. I don't know. But we're going to try it and see what happens. Seems like I always got on a ball cap. When it gets hot, I don't have to have a ball cap on. And so let's hang out a couple more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and start, see who shows up. I see there's a couple people watching, and apparently they're not willing to tell me who they are or where they're from, but if you did, I would really appreciate that. So we got a couple of different views going on, and I'm trying another look here. I don't know if you know, but I'm tired. So I'm kind of laid back in my chair. My phone keeps going out. And we're going to see how that works. Right? There we go. Now it's back. I don't know if you guys hear it ding like that, but for some reason it freezes up. I think it has to do with the fact that it's wireless connected to the software. I don't know. I've tried to figure that out, but I can't seem to do that. So anyway, like I said a little bit ago, I have several things to share with you. Some news, some Corvette news, obviously. And I have a lot of information about what's going on with Mr. Grinch. So I hope you guys are excited, because I know I am. So anyway, let's go ahead and start and see what happens. All right. So I have to start off with telling you that it's a very likely possibility that I may be changing times again, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Shop Talk, but not unfortunately for me, because it looks like I might be going back to third shift. Fingers crossed, right? You guys don't maybe know this, but I love working third shift. I've been doing it for 20 years. And I got shoved onto day shift, and I just don't like day shift. Anyway, so I wanted to throw that out. There's a possibility that I'll go back to 7 o'clock. However, there is also an option that if I get a different route, I may start later, which means it won't affect Shop Talk. But I wanted to start off the show tonight by mentioning that. That way you guys can stay connected to YouTube. Check back. And I will put up a post on YouTube to let you know if my time is going to change or not. So I'll keep you posted. No pun intended. All right, so I guess let's go ahead and start. Going to start off by telling you that I got to finally drive Mr. Grinch for the second time. And it was on my 59th birthday. Yeah, that's correct. I just turned 59. On February the 28th. By the way, if you are subscribed to my channel and you don't follow me on YouTube, on Facebook, make sure you send me a friend request. The more the merrier. And I'm also on Instagram, and it's called My Two Bow Ties. Now there's an underscore in between my two. There's an underscore, bow underscore ties. That stands for my Chevys, obviously, because I have a Corvette and a Camaro. And I don't know what's going on. I got altogether, I got about 10,000 people that are tuned into MusicMan, whether it be on YouTube or Instagram. So I usually post something every day on Instagram on my story, just to keep people watching and hanging out. And I'm hoping to grow this YouTube channel even bigger. So that's the plan. That's the whole. I'm hoping to do that. 26. Like, I had a lot of growth in 25, and I'm absolutely hoping to grow more in 26. So we'll just see what happens. So I wanted to throw that out to you. I got to drive Mr. Grinch on my birthday, February the 28th. And this is Mr. Grinch. If you don't know, now you know. 2SS RS, 2011 Chevy Camaro. All right. And I got my plate, my vanity plate, finally. Mr. Grinch. Now, it kind of bothers me. What do you guys think about this, where it says the H isn't there? The state of Indiana said, nope, you can't have the H. I was going to put just Mr. Grinch, no space, but they wouldn't let me. Apparently somebody already has that plate in Indiana. So anyway, that's my plate. I don't know if I like it or not. I may change it. I don't know yet. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think, please. Can you understand that that's what it stands for, Mr. Grinch? I hope so. Anyway, I got to drive Mr. Grinch to Warsaw not last weekend, but the weekend before, to do my video shoot for Lakeside Chevrolet. Then the next day, this is my living room at my house, because it was cold out. This is on March 1st. It was cold out. And I got this cover for my trunk and for my hood liner, right? That is actually the first thing I did. I got these off of a guy that I met last year at Camaro Nationals. His name is Lawrence Halliday. Very cool dude. I reached out to him. He helped me design it. I told him what I wanted, And then he sent me these covers, and basically these covers go over the top of your hood liner. Now, I'm going to be putting a video out on it, obviously, because that's what I do. That's what you do when you're a YouTuber. And I did this in my living room. Basically, what you got to do is you have to glue that on. And right here's a couple cans of aerosol adhesive, and then I have a glue gun right here. And I glued that on. Now, that's kind of an upholstery thing, but you know what? I'll just be honest with you. I'm having fun doing this stuff. Now, it's something I've never done, but I am having a blast doing it. And so I wanted to show you that. Now here, the next photograph is the hood liner on my couch, complete with Mr. Grinch on it. I love that. It looks like he's coming through the hood. What do you think? And this is the trunk liner on the couch, right? Very cool. And so I wanted to share that with you real quick. And then, like I said, Mr. Grinch has been basically in winter storage. I haven't driven him, for a couple months until the 28th of February. And then I pulled it out and I had to take that stuff off so I could apply that and put it on, right? And then the other thing that I was doing we had a really nice warm day, I discovered that my wheels had scab on it, curb rash, they call it. And I reached out to a company over in Mentor, Ohio, about repairing and chroming my wheels, and they do what they call a black chrome. Now, I hired the guy, I paid for it, and he sent me this video of this wheel, right? I'm going to mute that because it's kind of noisy. Just telling you, that's fresh out of the vaporizing machine. It's incredible. I'm telling you what, these rims are unbelievable. Here's another one where they were bringing it out of the pressure chamber. Just absolutely incredible. Now, there's a couple of photos of them on the conveyor belt so that they can cure, that I'm going to share with you. And then this is them standing up. And yes, these are in fact the wheels that I purchased. He took a picture of each one, which they're the same exact thing. And it is black chrome, okay? So I wanted to show you that because it's pretty incredible. Real quick. And then I'm going to take this away and scroll through a couple of things real quick. And then the other day when it was really nice, I had to at least start the Corvette because it was driving me crazy. I'm going to play it, but I'm not sure if you'll hear it or not. Yes, sir. That's right next to Mr. Grinch. So then last weekend, I worked 55 hours last week at work driving a semi. I came home Friday night after working 12 hours, and I jacked up Mr. Grinch and put him on jack stands, and these are basically just some photos of that I wanted to share with you. I have a lot of photographs, so I'll just kind of page through them quick. That way you don't get bored with the same exact photo. If you look real close, right there's my camera recording it, of course, because I'm going to put another video out, right? All right, so let's see, where are we in this? wheels off. Mr. Grinch on stilts, right? And I think there is a video coming up. And maybe it's the next one. There we go. Corvette to the right. Mr. Grinch on the stilts. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't do that anyway, but you know how sometimes you have to start a conversation with that. But it made me really, really nervous to have Mr. Grinch up on stilts. I'm like, please don't fall. Please don't fall. I think I probably said that for 100 times during the next day or so before I got the wheels put back on. But it really made me nervous, like crazy nervous about it. Here's just a short little clip of him on stilts. And then a couple more still shots. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited I'm real excited about car season coming up around the corner. You know, like, I don't know why it's glitching like that, but it is. There we go. I think I'm not real comfortable about putting a car up like that on stilts, but anyway, I am pretty excited about, being able to do that because, like I said, trying to get him ready for, car show season, and I have never done a car show. Like, I've gone to 2 car shows. I have attended car shows. I probably should say it like that. I've been more than 2. Not 2, but 2. Anyway, I've been there. I've done the show and shine. I sign up for a show and shine. I've never ever had my car judged. Now, last year and a half ago, I did win Kids Choice Award, but that was even still in the show and shine for my Sharkskin SS1LE, SICK 1LE. But this is it's a whole lot different ball game for me. I've never done it, and I'm excited about trying it. And anyway, so I just have like a whole list of stuff that I want to do to it, and a car show coming up at the end of March. If you are not planning on going to the car show, you need to try to make sure that you make it to the Rod and Custom Show at the Coliseum in Fort Wayne, and it's the last weekend of March. I do not have the dates in front of me, but that's what I'm working on, trying to get him ready for that. So then this last Saturday, after I took the wheels off on Friday, I threw them in the car, in the Cadillac, and I drove over to Mentor, Ohio to Wheelcraft, where they repaired and fixed and chromed my wheels, okay? So, when I got there, the guy, Ed, is a great guy. He's the owner of the company. He did a walk around with me, and of course, there'll be a video on that. I don't know when, soon. But he walked me through the whole process. It's pretty incredible. And so I picked up my wheels and I came home. So now I'm going to switch back to the screen share, and this is my Cadillac with the wheels in the back in front of Wheelcraft, okay? I basically drove over there. It took me about 4 hours, and I was there for about an hour and a half, I think. And I turned around and came home. It made for a long day, but it was really making me nervous not having wheels on my car. So I got home Saturday night and I put the wheels back on Mr. Grinch. And I wanted to give you guys a first look at it. Obviously, I say first look, but first look on YouTube. Yeah, I put the wheels on. And now this is Mr. Grinch with black chrome wheels. And I love it. Here's the thing, though. And I didn't realize this until I got back. Ed told me, he's like, dude, you got to get center caps. Again, I've never done any of this, so I put the center caps back on my car that I had on Mr. Grinch. Those are the stock center caps, right? And they don't match. So again, that's another thing now that I have to do before the show. And the really cool thing is I'm pointing at the black lug nuts. Those black lug nuts, I got those when I bought my 2024 Panther Collector's Edition. The car came with chrome lug nuts, and then they shipped the black ones to me later. And I never switched them. So when I got these wheels, these black wheels, I went ahead and used them. Don't tell the guy in Pennsylvania that ended up with my Panther, but yeah, the black lug nuts came from that car, and I was pretty tickled to death to be able to do that. So then I didn't do anything to it Sunday. Sunday is the Sabbath, keep it holy. I didn't do anything to it Sunday. Monday, I got off work at a decent time, and it was 70 degrees. I brought the car back down off the jack stands. I torqued down the wheels, the lug nuts. I put all of it back together, and I went for a photo session at my favorite photo spot here, right down the street. I don't understand why this is crooked. I'm going to try to straighten it. It's my OCD kicking in. Yeah, so I actually took my drone, but it was windy. It said it was only 11 or 12 mile an hour, but out in the open, I think it started to gust. So I launched my drone. I took some photos of my car, Mr. Grinch, from the drone, which drone pics are always better, in my opinion, because they're up off the ground. Some really cool photos, right? But it was so windy that I decided to go ahead and not continue, and I'm going to show you why I decided not to do that. Here's a small clip, and you should be able to see what I'm talking about, because it looks like, if you watch the drone, it looks like we're riding down a bumpy road. It just doesn't want to work right in the wind. The drone is actually only like 8 pounds. So when it gets really windy, it doesn't want to cooperate very well. And I got that video, and I shot a couple videos, but it kind of made me nervous. And obviously the other thing is the video quality isn't that great when it flops around like that. So I made the executive decision to not crash my drone and land it. All right. So there's that. And then I switched over to my phone, and I started getting several photos. And I'm just going to page through these real quick, because some of them are vertical, as you can see, for Instagram. and Facebook story, and they're not horizontal. You have to take horizontal for YouTube and vertical for Instagram, right? There's a horizontal. Anyway, I got some really good photographs with my phone. And the other thing I did was I put the hood liner back on Mr. Grinch. So I wanted to give you guys, again, I put this stuff on story, but this is the first time I put it on YouTube for people to view it on YouTube. So if you're watching this, or if you watch it after it closes out, you get the first view of it, right? How about that? So I have a couple of short videos of that as well, and I will show you them when I get to it. But I wanted to get a couple of different angles, and I'm telling you what, I wanted a Corvette for so long, and I got it, but I wanted this Synergy green car way longer than I wanted a Corvette. And I don't understand why, but I'm just absolutely tickled to death with this car. It's beautiful. I'm in love with it. Like, that's the trunk liner. Mr. Grinch is laying down, right? Pretty cool. And now I'm going to show you a video. This is a short video I took. Shutting off all the sound. Again, this is vertical, so it goes on Instagram and so on and so forth. Just wanted to show you that real quick. And I'm almost done with Mr. Grinch. Hopefully you're not getting bored with Mr. Grinch, because I know I'm not, right? Here's one more video. I'll show you this real quick. For some reason, the software is glitching, so maybe it won't run. I don't know. Let me try it again. No, it's not wanting to cooperate. Isn't that car just absolutely beautiful in the sun? I'm like, tell me I'm wrong. Anyway, there's that. So now I'm going to switch back to where you can see me, right? Because I'm done showing that for a minute. And then I just wanted to show you that. If you guys don't have plans yet, make sure you make plans to hit the Coliseum here in Fort Wayne the end of March, so you can see Mr. Grinch up close and personal. Now, we're going to switch over and talk about Corvettes like I always do. But I wanted to start off the conversation about Corvettes first by saying this real quick. You know that the Corvette is a sports car, and the engine is in the middle, so it's a mid-engine car. And there's a trunk in the back, a very small trunk. If it's a coupe, there's an actual spot where you can put your lid or your roof in that slot, right? And it clips in, so when you're driving, it doesn't flop around in the back. They call that the trunk. In the front of the car, in that narrow spot, it is called a frunk, and it's very small. Like, it's 12.6 cubic feet of cargo space. I have an idea. If you have a car like that, don't fill it up with guns and try to cross the border. Yes, that really did happen. A guy tried to cross the border with those guns in his car, right? I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, he's in federal prison because he tried to cross the border with, I think they said 44 or 45 guns in the frunk of a 2021 Chevy Corvette. Don't do that. It's not good for you. You're not going to make it. Trust me. They're going to find it, right? I just wanted to throw that out. I don't know why my camera is doing what it's doing, but it's kind of driving me crazy. I'm sorry about that. It looks like it's trying to focus on me. Maybe I'm moving around too much. I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, now we're going to go to the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is I found out through GM Authority that they are actually going to do away with a couple of the colors for 2020 that are current in 2026, and they're going to bring back an older color, right? And the older color is, if you remember, back in 2017 and 2019, they made a C7 with Admiral Blue on it. Now tell me that's not the most beautiful blue car you ever saw. It has the red accents on the fenders, which I think is unbelievable. It looks as if this particular car has red seat belts on it. I'm telling you what, that is just absolutely incredible. So for 2027, they're going to do away with Hysteria Purple. That color did not do very good at all. Didn't do very good at all. I think they only had that color out for 24, 25, and 26. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. Now, I do know that Riptide Blue was also only out for 24, 25, and 26. Excuse me. And they're doing away with Hysteria Purple, and they're also doing away with Riptide Blue for 2027. Those two colors are going to go bye-bye. In place of that, they're going to bring back Admiral Blue and another color which is a darker shade of gray, from what I understand. It's called Pitch Metallic. Now, for some reason, I couldn't find a photograph of that. But, I'm sure that it's going to be incredible. I'm sorry, I got to take another drink. I got getting choked up. This is the color on the C7, 17 to 19. This is what they think it'll look like on the C8. I apologize for that. I wanted to share that with you because if you are crazy about blue, if you love the color blue, you might want to think about that. And this is actually a picture of a 2027 Admiral Blue Grand Sport, right? Because that's what they put it on. They put that on the C7 Grand Sport. So I don't know if I said that, but I'm saying it now. Grand Sport. That's what these red stripes on the fender kind of indicate that it's a Grand Sport. So they're going to go ahead and bring those back, which I think is pretty amazing. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that I already said that. I'm just looking at my notes. Bear with me for a minute. So General Motors is celebrating the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence by putting out a patriotic-themed vehicle. They're calling it the Stars and Steel Collection, right? Which is pretty stinking cool if you ask me. Now, from what I've read, you can get this particular car on different platforms, but it has to be, let me switch over. It has to be an E-Ray, right? That's what I gather. And it has to have at least a 3LZ package on it. You can't get it in the 1LZ or the 2LZ. It has to be a 3LZ, right? So they're making it available. It's according to my notes, it's another $9,995 in addition to the whatever you have done to your car. So if you get an E-Ray, obviously the E-Ray is already in the mid 100s, 140, 150, depending on what you have put on it. And then you have to get it equipped with the 3LZ package. All right. And then it's on top of that, if you order the Stars and Steel limited edition, it's another $9,995. Now, according to what I read, they're only making 250 of them, which means those are going to be like super expensive because they're going to be a numbered car. Like they're going to have a badge on them, and they're going to say number 1 of 250, number 17 of 250. And you guys all know what happens when they do that. It just makes the value of the car go through the roof because, it's limited. Now, I'm going to attempt to show you one because apparently I forgot to do that. I'm looking at it here in my notes, but I forgot to show you one. But this is actually a photograph of one. Are you in love with this or what? Like, look at the seats. Like, let me look. Oh my goodness, I forgot what they call that blue, but blue seats, red seat belts, red calipers, E-Ray, blacked out boomerang, like hardtop convertible. Holy moly. Tell me that's not an absolute gorgeous car. Now, I think that's pretty incredible. I wanted to share that with you. So anyway, I just wanted to go over that with you because that's just incredible. Now, I don't know what else is going on as far as, when exactly they're going to put out the Grand Sport. I know they're saying 2027 the Grand Sport's coming out. And they're also talking about they're going to put the 6.7 liter V8 in the car, and nobody really knows what the horsepower is going to be in 2027. And I've heard a lot of people say, just don't make any cars in 2027. We have enough, because there are literally hundreds of them and thousands of Corvettes sitting on lots all over the country right now for sale because people aren't buying them right now. And dealers are marking them down like a crazy amount of money. So if you're in the market for a C8, like right now is really the time to go buy one. And with summer getting ramped up, it's even more so the time to go get one because, like I said, there are a lot of them sitting around. A lot of them anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 down, marked down in price. So make sure you go grab one. And like for me right now, the money that I have in my C7 and Mr. Grinch is what it would cost for me to buy a C8. But I'm not ready for a C8. I'm just not there yet. I hope to get there someday, and I'm probably going to have one. Now, what will I have? If I were to buy one right now, I would probably buy an E-Ray because I think those cars are just unbelievable. And I talked about that on my last show. If you watch my last show, I think it's underrated for one because it's got both motors in it. But I also have a feeling that they might do away with the E-Ray. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to do away with the motor in the front. I think what they might do is they're going to continue to make the ZR1 and the ZR1X, which obviously has both. The X has both. I wonder if they're going to ever put that in the Grand Sport. What do you think? Anyway, so we've been here for, going on 40 minutes, I guess, a little bit over. And that's basically what I wanted to talk about. New color, new collector's edition or limited edition package that came out. And, you never know what might happen between now and the next 2 weeks. I will tell you that there is if you live in the Cincinnati area, I've been kind of throwing it out there for you each week, each time I do a show, where it's at. A month ago it was Pittsburgh, then it moved to Detroit, and then I think it went to Chicago last weekend, and this weekend it's in Cincinnati. So if you're in the Cincinnati area, I don't even know what the name of the convention center is, but I think it's downtown Cincinnati. Just look it up on the internet, Google it. And if you go, make sure you say hi to my friends. I got a couple friends that's going to probably be there. So anyway, I wanted to throw that out. And then, of course, obviously, 2 weeks after that, let me look at my calendar real quick. 2 weeks later is the show here in Fort Wayne. So make sure you check that out too if you live around here. Even if you don't live around here and you have to drive a little bit to come get it, check it out. It's a very cool show. I'm excited about having Mr. Grinch in it. And I have, like I said, I have a few things more that I want to do to it. I haven't even washed it. Can you believe that? I've had him since January 10th. Because of the weather, I haven't even had the opportunity to wash him. So I'm gonna give him a thorough cleaning and get him ready for the car show. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on Shop Talk. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. So thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure you drive safe. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Again, stay tuned, because if I have to change the time of Shop Talk, I will put a post on YouTube about me changing my time. So thanks again for hanging out with me on Shop Talk. MusicMan, I'm out.